Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to time correct an instrument using a feature called Elastic Audio in Pro Tools. So I have the tracks I'm using for this explanation are bongos, and I've recorded it using 3 mics, and in the video I'm going to attempt to show you how we can use Elastic Audio from the verse section till the end of chorus 1, and then you should get the idea and you apply the same concept for the rest of the music. So to start off with, I'm going to first highlight and show just the tracks which I need to work on for this job, which are the bongos. And as I told you, I've recorded it with 3 mics, so it's recorded as 3 tracks into Pro Tools. So before anything, the first thing I would do is to just check if anything is, if any audio is crossing over the other, or uh, if I've included all audio by going into the edges of each clip and just checking if everything's fine. It all looks good. The next thing I will do is enable Elastic Audio on each of these tracks. The first thing I did prior to that was to group the 3 bongo tracks together because I'm going to be processing them together. So I've set a group up here called bongos. You can do that hitting Command G and then naming your group accordingly. Right after that, you'll need to enable Elastic Audio on these tracks. So I currently have enabled the rhythmic algorithm, which is useful for working with rhythm instruments like the bongos or drums or bass, things like that. And what it does when you've enabled this algorithm, it analyzes your audio. If I go into the analysis view here, it analyzes each of the transients and it marks each of those as events. So what you can do is you can now move those events, and you can move and you can stretch the audio by moving each of these transients to wherever you wish to move them. So to do that, you have to go to the warp view. If you however want to change the way Pro Tools has analyzed the information, you can always select a piece and right click, hit Elastic Properties. For that you have to be on the entire clip, and if I reduce the event sensitivity here, you'll see what I mean. So all the way up, it's probably going to capture every single beat in my session, and as I go down, it's only leaving out the important beats, or the beats with a higher transient level. So I'm going to set it at 100% now and move on. So first thing I will do is I could go to warp view and I could grab each of these event markers, as they are called, and I can add a warp marker. So to do that, I could click here and perhaps move this around, but the challenge is it's moving everything around it, which is not obvious. It is obviously not what you would want. So just going to undo that. First I'm going to go to grid mode and do this, and you could select one marker, and you could also hold down the control key and put like a handle so that you can move this around these 2 pins, and nothing outside these 2 pins would be affected in any way. An easier way to do that would be to just hold down the shift key and click on the event marker, and automatically you get you get two warp markers to the side of the main warp marker which you just created. So that's a quicker way of doing it. And then of course you'll see that this beat is not entirely on the exact position where it should be. So I could just drag it there. Since I'm in grid mode, it snaps to the nearest, in this case, 8th note. I'm going to make that 16th note grid right now. It's obviously going to take you some time. You'll have to do this for the entire song, which in this case is quite long. It's about 6 minutes long. So another option, I sometimes prefer to do it by hand, one by one, but another option is you could just select the whole area which you wish to work with, and you can go over to the Pro Tools Event Operations window. The shortcut is Option 0, and here it asks you what you want to quantize. In this case, I'm quantizing elastic audio events. I've set my quantize grid as 16th note grids. So basically what this means is it will move each of those markers to the nearest 16th note. So if it's just away from the 16th note, it's going to take that marker and move it, and it's going to make everything perfectly sitting on the beat. So I'm just going to apply that, and please note that this will only work if elastic audio is enabled on these 3 tracks. Now going to hit apply, and let's just see what happens. I'm just going to zoom in a bit, and obviously what's going to happen is it's going to make markers everywhere, warp markers, and it's not only going to make those markers, it's also going to move them to the exact point in the grid, to the nearest 16th note. So this one's going to go right here, and so on and so forth. Just going to hit apply, and it does the job. So I'm just going to play a small section back in solo without the quantize. So you'll see it's quite good, but it's not perfect. And after adding elastic audio, here's how it sounds. Can't really get better than this. So what you could do is at the edges, at the ends of the clips, or in between the clips, you could add a crossfade depending on how much size you want for the crossfade. And as you can see, it's applied it to the whole track. Now I would normally do this clip by clip, section by section, but you get the idea how this can work for the entire song. And I would recommend elastic audio on pretty much anything. It works really well on guitars, it works well on bass, it works well on percussion, drums, even vocals. When you could use it to time align all your backing vocals so that they sit together well. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you found this tutorial useful. Catch you in the next one.